finish this in one go. Huh?
Seed, you've met them before.
Oh, it's you, Proxy.
You're Seed, right? It's been a while. We met briefly during the Porcelumex investigation.
I remember. Oh, Seed Senior says he remembers too. Shh, he's asleep right now, so he can't talk to you himself. But according to Seed Senior, you're someone who can be trusted. Someone worth trusting. Well, to be honest, it was Trigger and Soldier 11 who told Seed Senior first. And then Seed Senior told me.
Seed Senior? Is that the name of your mech?
He's not a mech. Seed Senior is an intelligent construct, totally different from exoskeleton-based vehicles like mechs. You carry the same scent as me, Proxy. You must be quite knowledgeable in this field. Did you attend classes properly back in school, Proxy?
Strictly speaking, I never really went to a typical school.
Sounds like a lie.
You two have quite a unique way of talking.
The Defense Force, or rather, Obol Squad's comms channel always seems to be tuned to a pretty unusual frequency.
Birds of a feather flock together, as they say.
The Proxy wasn't complimenting us, Soldier 11. You dummy.
Being able to tune into both Seed's and Soldier 11's wavelength at the same time. I have to say, you really are something special.
Wavelength? Are Seed and Soldier 11 intelligent constructs too?
Still, winning over these girls might be easy. But as the commanding officer, I have to assess you with the utmost caution. All right, everyone, that's enough chit-chat. Let's not forget, we're still in the middle of a battlefield here. Although we've tracked down the Exaltists' communication outpost, it seems all that's left are supplies they didn't have time to evacuate with. We came up empty on both the location of the Exaltists' main base and the research data you were looking for, Proxy.
The most efficient way to move such a large amount of supplies in a short time would be through spatial fissures. The Exaltists have been operating in Lemnian Hollow for a long time. They must have access to fissure coordinates that the Defense Force doesn't know about. But no one knows the labyrinths of hollows better than Phaethon.
Phaethon's skills are like magic. Sounds way more impressive than a carrot.
Sounds pretty mysterious. Anyway, you're confident you can catch up with them, right?
I got this. Inside those devices, those are all sacrifices?
Seed, confirm the number of enemies.
Locking onto hostile targets. There's 8 in total. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 0. Now we're all clear.
Obol Squad. All enemies eliminated.
The rambling old man is a little Seed's trophy.
The final sacrifice is about to begin. How can swirling dust compete with a blazing fire?
Do all the Exaltists talk like this? It's really hard to understand.
Seed, make him shut up.
Foolish unbelievers!
Hey, Seed Senior. You've got to be careful with how you treat prisoners.
They've done more than enough harm. Being gentle isn't exactly a priority.
What sets these Exaltists apart from typical villains is their fanatical devotion to the Creator. That often drives them to act unpredictably. Even if they act in the shadows without rhyme or reason, the miasma remains essential to them. If we follow that trail, it could very well be the weakness that brings them down.
These so-called fanatics are nothing more than villains who treat ether as a deadly poison corrupting new Eridu, aiding and abetting its destruction. Let's see if they stay so devoted when confronted with 50 caliber high explosive rounds and military-grade high-energy lasers!
Calm down, Captain Magus. As vile as the Exaltists are, not every member is guilty. Many innocent civilians were deceived into joining. In other words, not every Exaltist member deserves to be met with 50 caliber high explosive rounds and military-grade high-energy lasers.
We've hardly caught anyone yet, and you're already defending them? I know how to throw around grand quotes too. Like no snowflake in an avalanche ever feels responsible. You're awfully sympathetic towards these scumbags. Perhaps because you're one of them.
Enough! Captain Magus, I'm pretty sure your remarks have already exceeded the boundaries set by Commander Isolde's temporary protocol for addressing Phaethon, specifically the section designated for Magus.
Huh? How come no one told me about it?
Don't speak harshly to your squad mates, and don't say anything that kills morale. That's what you taught us, Captain Magus.
I don't consider them a comrade. At least not yet.
Whether we're allies who can rely on each other, or simply partners with our own suspicions, let's stick to our duties, Captain Magus.
Wouldn't have it any other way, Phaethon.
There's a critical piece of intel that needs our immediate attention. What just emerged from the Obscura is a bioweapon created by the Exaltists, known as a sacrifice. These Obscura, and the factories that produce them, are scattered throughout Lemnian Hollow.
No, not just Lemnian Hollow. According to the data from Porcelumex and the intel Commander Isolde has gathered, there are a large number of Obscura placed throughout Yphae Peninsula. Over 300 of them.
Over 300? Not even the entire Obsidian Division could deal with that many monsters.
The entire Obsidian Division would just end up as monster food.
We have to get this information to Command immediately. The Exaltists' actions may be far more dangerous than we had anticipated.
No, that's not right. Although I did come across Obscura shards tainted with sacrifice energy, there's still no solid evidence to confirm that the sacrifices and Obscura are directly connected. The Obscura devices I saw in Phylum Heights didn't all carry traces of sacrifice energy either. More importantly, creating a creature as powerful as the sacrifices would require an unimaginable amount of ether. There's no way the Exaltists have access to such an immense supply of ether and miasma.
Or they would have destroyed New Eridu long ago.
Phew. Good thing the bad guys we're dealing with this time aren't that powerful. Yet.
Hey, did you two completely forget that courage is a soldier's greatest virtue?
Captain, didn't you say that kind of talk is just something generals say to sound impressive?
The proxy has a point. But there's definitely something suspicious about the Obscura and Yphae Peninsula. We need to organize thorough inspections and patrols as soon as possible. A Obsidian Division has already mobilized outside Lemnian Hollow. Those Exaltist rats will soon meet their end.
A fanatic's last stand is often the most ferocious. Everyone, stay sharp and proceed with caution.
After spending over a decade in the military, I understand that all too well.
What Captain Magus meant to say was, thanks for the heads up, Proxy.
That's not what I meant! All in all, the scouting mission was a success. Obol Squad took no casualties. Against our firepower, those Exaltist lunatics didn't stand a chance. It's honestly baffling how HSO and public security got completely outplayed by the Exaltists. Their actions are chaotic and lack any strategy. Though credit goes to Commander Isolde's flawless planning.
The proxy was amazing too. Just like Trigger and Soldier 11 said. And just like all those rumors on Internet.
Huh? Orphe, since when have you been visiting sketchy sites like Internet behind my back?
Help!
Calm down, Captain Magus. What you've dealt with so far are just the Exaltist scattered remnants.
I know. We already have the hollow coordinates for the Exaltist base. I'm not worried about a head-on clash. What worries me are those Obscura and the sacrifice creatures.
Leave the search for the Obscura to me and the city forces. You focus on the mission inside the Hollow. You can't just grasp at weeds. You have to dig out the roots. All this might just be a diversion by the Exaltists. By the way, Proxy, I heard your performance in the Hollow was top-notch as always. How's working with Obol? Has Captain Magus been giving you any trouble?
I'll have to think about that. I remember Captain Magus saying that Phaethon is a villain who should be dealt with using 50 caliber high explosive rounds and military-grade high-energy lasers?
Don't go taking things out of context to make me look like the bad guy. I'm a straight shooter.
Got it. Looks like the temporary protocol for addressing Phaethon doesn't really hold much sway over Captain Magus.
It's all because I wasn't decisive enough. Please don't punish Captain Magus.
she's not the most soft-spoken, but Captain Magus and the squad have been doing their best to support me. And her military-grade high-energy laser is definitely reassuring.
All right. Without the proxy support, our operation wouldn't have gone this smoothly.
Whew. I guess this is the part where old grudges melt away and everyone makes nice.
But if you're that talented, why settle for the dishonorable role of a proxy? Why not join the military, earn a proper rank, and truly protect New Eridu?
What's so dishonorable about it? The work we do in the shadows brings us closer to the light than many of those who stand in it.
You're being a little harsh today, Captain.
Proxy. How many unqualified civilians have you led straight into danger within the Hollows? And how many shady Hollow Raiders have you guided to dirty money?
You're right, Captain Magus. The underworld does have its dark side, but a lot of people are forced into it. They have to avoid the light and just try to survive in the shadows. And this grand, respectable world you speak of, is it really filled with nothing but righteous heroes? Is your defense force really so perfect? Every single person?
You...
All right, kids, enough bickering. The only villain here is the grumpy old Isolde. You're all brave, shining heroes, okay?
Looks like the captain got shut down by Commander Isolde again.
Even the proxy's been lumped in with the kids. Looks like we're all in the same class now.
This concludes the briefing. Proxy, Major General Lorenz has expressed interest in meeting you. Would you mind coming with me later?
The Major General wants to see me? That can't be good.
Relax. I'll be with you.
Sir, your guests have arrived.
Colonel Isolde, I heard that, Obol Squad has already obtained the coordinates of the Exaltist headquarters.
That's correct, sir. The recon operation was a success. However, we also discovered something unexpected. There are numerous ether reactors installed around Waifei Peninsula, known as Obscura, which may pose a significant threat.
You can handle the specifics with your squad. You know I've always counted on you. Just make sure I get results.
Yes, sir.
Among all the mediocrity in the Obsidian division, Isolde, you're the one who truly stands out. I'm really glad I found you back then. Someone like you shouldn't be stuck on the front lines. I'm pragmatic, but I always make sure my subordinates are treated fairly. This is a big opportunity, but I went to great lengths to get troops into Waifei Peninsula, so this mission is one we cannot afford to fail.
Yes, sir.
Ah, I seem to have forgotten about our guest. Isolde, the person beside you.
This is the officially appointed Hollow Technical Advisor and the Mayor's Special Envoy for Military Operation, Belle.
Welcome to Waifei Peninsula, Ambassador Belle.
I've been in Waifei Peninsula for a while now. Honestly, it's more appropriate for me and Swabian Temple to be the ones welcoming the Defense Force.
Swabian Temple. Ah, Yunque Summit. Pardon my memory, I nearly forgot our guest works directly under Mayor Mayflower. Mind filling me in, Colonel Isolde? Why is one of the mayor's personal agents, an infamous proxy, getting involved in Defense Force business?
Belle was appointed by the city as a technical advisor and envoy for Mayor Mayflower, sir. She's here to assist and oversee the Defense Force's operation.
Assist, huh? If the High Preceptor of Yunque Summit had shown up in person, perhaps I'd consider that worthy. And as for the supervision, since when does Mayflower get a say in when Obsidian Division pulls the trigger?
Sir, Belle is only here to assist Obol Squad. This has nothing to do with the main force's operations or command. All part of the agreement to keep the City Council from meddling with our military affairs in Waifei Peninsula, which, I imagine, suits you just fine.
Of course. Your arrangements are always right on point, Colonel. This whole operation is running smoothly, thanks to you. Well then, since you're the Hollow experts and personally by the mayor, it's only right that I give you a proper welcome. Unfortunately, military secrecy is of utmost importance, so I'm afraid I can't escort Belle to the more refined venues in the city for a proper celebration, at least for now. Colonel Isolde, until this operation is over, all of Belle's external communications and movements beyond Phylum Heights must be temporarily restricted.
That's a very unique way to treat a guest.
Major General, the mayor and Yunque Summit might not be too happy about that.
That's an order, Colonel.
Yes, sir.
The people from Porcelumix are still waiting for me in Phylum Heights. Something about a banquet to welcome the Defense Force to Waifei Peninsula. Typical corporate parasites. Always know how to adapt and survive. I'm afraid I won't be able to personally entertain our guest, Isolde.
Let's go, Madam Ambassador.
Huh?
Captain, Proxy made it through the interrogation unscathed.
No significant change in pulse, and your face isn't too pale. Looks like you passed the test. You look so frail, Proxy. Who would have thought you had the makings of a soldier tough enough to endure enemy torture?
With you already calling me the villain, I figured I'd better get good at dodging torture.
The Major General may be tough to deal with, but interrogating the Mayor's envoy? That kind of thing doesn't happen in the Obsidian Division.
Temporarily restricting the Proxy's movements and communications? What does that mean?
It means we've got your precious faith and locked away. No way out, and no texting or calling family.
That's just so...
That's terrible!
What a shame. I never thought the legendary proxy Phaethon would end up getting caught one day.
On the plus side, at least the legendary proxy Phaethon was caught by Obol Squad. The Major General's idea of hospitality might be questionable, but for a soldier, orders are orders.
So, as much as we regret it, the legendary proxy Phaethon will have to stay put in Phylum Heights for a while.
You sure you're sorry, Captain? I'm pretty sure you were holding back a laugh just now.
Don't worry. Obol Squad and the Obsidian Division are the first line of defense against the Hollows. We'll wipe out the Exaltists faster than you'd think.
And then the proxy will be free.
As ordered, a technician will now attach a tracker to the proxy and temporarily block all communication functions of their electronics. My apologies, Proxy.
For the Obsidian Division, orders carry more weight than mountains. I don't like restricting someone's freedom like this. And I'm not exactly your biggest fan. But I hope you won't hold it against Isolde or the Squad.
I may not be a soldier, but I can understand the weight orders carry for all of you. If temporarily restricting my freedom helps the operation go smoothly and keeps the people of Wi-Fi Peninsula safe, I'll gladly go along with it.
I never thought you'd show such resolve, Proxy. Don't worry. I'll keep an eye on you while you're with us.
Captain Magus keeping an eye on you? Just a heads up, she's not exactly the caring type.
Once again, Proxy, you have my apologies.
Huh?
As Master's supreme assistant and a thoughtful, all-purpose AI, I would never sit back helplessly while Master's freedom is being restricted, unlike the second assistant.
Very. You really can't stop chasing that first assistant title, can you? When will you finally understand that as her sibling, I'm irreplaceable?
All right, you two, enough arguing. I'm just the pitiful, useless captured proxy here, while you two are elite hackers, okay?
Negative. Although Master was unfortunately captured, Master remains an elite hacking expert.
Save your useless sympathy, first assistant. Luckily, not even the Hollows can interfere with the HDD's unique signal, so the Defense Force's jamming is barely an inconvenience.
Still, I was the one who actually encoded the anti-jamming signal.
Which means Belle can still reach me through the HDD, and EOS's deep dive can continue as planned.
I saw some new data with my eye implants in the hollow. I need you to run some calculations. Whether or not the military's info checks out, nothing is more trustworthy than your calculations, Fairy.
Affirmative. Additionally, I've made a full copy of the military intel files that EOS and Master saw.
If the Defense Force comes knocking because you did something without permission, make sure they know Second Assistant and your Master had nothing to do with it. Anyway, leave the rest to me and Fairy Belle, just like always.
Then leave clearing out the hollow to me and Obol Squad, just like always.
The Defense Force's mission is bound to be dangerous. Be careful, Belle.